there what you're drinking. 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast.
Yo guys, hello and welcome back to episode 6 of my Minardi My Team career mode on F1 26. You join us here for the Miami Sprint Race and Grand Prix. If you did miss the last episode out in Saudi Arabia, go and check that out now before any spoilers. So last round out in Saudi Arabia, we did manage to pick up 1 point with Gabriele Mini. Not as good as the few races before, but still picking up points in this one, so cannot complain. Now, got a sprint weekend this weekend. We are going to skip over sprint qualifying. I can tell you it did not go very well. Miami is not one of my favourite tracks, so let's just get straight into the sprint race.
A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Antonelli, Norris, George Russell, and Piastri. Verstappen, Hadjar, Sainz, and Alex Albon. Behrman, Ocon, Franco Colapinto, and Lawson. Alonso, Hülkenberg, Sergio Perez, and Pierre Gasly. Mini, Lindblad, Bortoletto, Stroll, Bottas, and Nicola Zoloff rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today,
So we will be lining up at the back of the grid here in Miami for the sprint race. Was not a good qualifying at all, so absolutely no reason to show you guys, but yeah, this is far from my favourite track on the calendar, so going to dump the fuel out. We're going to be on the medium tyres, and we're going to hope for the best. So without any further ado, we have 5 red lights. And this lights out and away we go. A long hold there from the people in charge, but we're going to send it down the inside into turn 1, try and make some positions up. P19 going into turn 1, Sergio Perez on the outside. So is Arvid Lindblad. We are with Nicolas Solov this weekend. He has had a pretty good performance so far this season when we have driven with him, so we are hoping for more of that today. Going into the long left-hander, we're going to go up the inside of a few others, up into P18 now, so a decent start. But yeah, we need to keep up with the guys ahead, not let them get away, and yeah, setup issues around here as well. You need pretty low wings around here, but for me anyway, it's quite hard to keep it on the track. So yeah, that is something we are going to change for the main race, but yeah, we're looking good so far in the early stages as it bunches up ahead of us going really slowly. We have a little look up the inside of Nico Hülkenberg and we manage to sneak up the inside going onto the back straight P17 now. So all things considered, making up 7 places at the start is not bad. Make that 8 as we go to the outside of Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin P16 now. And yeah, we think about having a look on Liam Lawson up ahead, but not doing right now. So yeah, not a bad first lap in this race.
Okay, so overtake is active.
As Lawson's looking vulnerable into turn 1, so we go around the outside. Little lock up ahead though, makes us think better of it. But yeah, Lawson holds the position. Horrible traction zone there, nearly losing the back end as we pick up our first track limits warning of the race. Really unnecessary one there, but yeah, moving halfway into lap 4 now, and we are really quite slow. Not managed to stay with the cars ahead. We've got Gabriele Mini behind us, and at this point we're thinking we should probably just let him go. Think better for the team. So we block off the outside, try and let Mini up the inside, but we also let Nico Hülkenberg go as well. unfortunately 3 wide into that left-hander. And yeah, Mini's still side by side with the German there, and unfortunately he's not managed to make the move stick, but we've let him go now. Hopefully he can do better than us in this race anyway. And yeah, moving on to the start of lap 6. Mini's still ahead of us. Little bit of a slide out of turn 1, turn 2, and then turn 3 as we lose the back end, collide with the barrier. Luckily still in the race, but yeah, that could have been really bad there as it's 3 wide up ahead. Perez, Lindblad and Alonso all tussling for what is P19, but we sneak up the inside, a little bit of contact as we make it 3 wide ourselves, and we get 2 of the positions back. Yeah, really scruffy start to this weekend. Like I said before, Miami is, for me, not a very good track. Don't really like it in real life either. Yeah, I mean, we have too many street circuits for me on this calendar as it is, so yeah, I know the F1 like putting races in America, which isn't a problem, but they've got to have better tracks than this surely, but that's my opinion, as we get a bit of front wing damage as well. Obviously lack of skill from myself as well in this. Can't just blame the game and everything like that and the track. As we go really wide again, let Fernando through on the boost as we try and hold off Lindblad as well. He holds it around the outside, but we are having none of it. We go deep again though, still got this front wing damage. And yeah, I'm just going to go to the end of the race. We're not getting any points in this one. But yeah, there I seem to have really good traction out of that long left-hander again. But yeah, we're just going to try and do what we can in this race. Coming down to the long left-hander, we have a yellow flag. And Alex Albon has binned it into the barrier, losing the rear end, as you can see on screen. But yeah, and that's an extra position for us, but that was nearly us literally a lap ago, so cannot say too much.
Green flag.
We get on the boost down the back straight though. Tyres are starting to go off a bit and overheating slightly, but we have got the run on Fernando Alonso here. We're going to feint to the inside. Lindblad's going to go to the outside as well. Surely he's not going to make it 3 wide. We decide to back out, and Arvid Lindblad gets the position. So back down to P20 now. Yeah, this race is going from bad to worse for us as we come onto the penultimate lap. And then we end up skipping halfway through it as we are under pressure down the back straight yet again from Sergio Perez. And we go really deep with the front wing damage and just being way too late on the brakes. Like I said, it's definitely a skill issue for me around here. But yeah, I don't know. Online it's not too bad, but against the AI, I don't know, they just use the battery in really weird positions, and they obviously have like unlimited battery, it feels like. So yeah, don't get me wrong, definitely a skill issue though. But we are trying to not let Lance Stroll behind us in front. We outbrake ourselves. We end up having to go down the inside of Perez, and yeah, completely our fault, outbraking ourselves. Nearly caused a massive incident, but yeah, back down to P22 now. As we go to send it up the inside of Perez, he moves slightly, but we just go straight into the back of him and lose a bit more of our front wing. We got side pod damage, we got everything, so we're just going to try and bring the car home now and try and forget about this sprint race, and we do that indeed. Not last on track, still Bottas and Albon behind us, but yeah, a dreadful race.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
So yeah, a dreadful race here in Miami. A sprint race anyway. Gabriele Mini P16, not bad from him I guess, but we're just going to move straight into qualifying and forget about that as soon as possible.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel.
Put a banker down, P9 on the board straight away, not too bad. Our final run though, we get a little bit of traffic earlier in the lap, and then a little bit of traffic again at the end of the lap. Luckily, get a little bit of slipstream, but not too much there. 4.5 temps up nearly as we go across the line. That's P19 for us on the grid. Yeah, really not a good weekend here so far.
Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Piastri, Verstappen, Hadjar, Albon, and Carlos Sainz, Gasly, Behrman, Franco Colapinto, and Lindblad, Hulkenberg, Mini, Valtteri Bottas, and Nicolas Soloff, Bortoletto, Perez, Lawson, Ocon, Stroll, and Fernando Alonso rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So yes, guys, a shocking weekend so far for the Minardi boys. But you know what that means? There's only one place we can go, and that is forwards. Going to go really aggressive on the strategy here today because we have nothing to lose. We're going to start on the softs and go double hard stint at the end. And yeah, let's get into it. So we have 5 red lights again here in Miami. And it's lights out and away we go. P18 on the grid, a little bit better than the sprint. We're going to get our teammate straight away off the line on the softer rubber. Threading the eye of a needle through turn 1 between 2 cars, but we managed to hold onto P16 here. No damage, nothing like that so far, so really a good start. Lindblad and Nico Hulkenberg ahead, side by side. We get again to look to the inside. Managed to get 2 positions there up into P14. The softer rubber definitely giving us a slight advantage off the start. But these tyres are going to go off really quickly, so we have to make the most of it while we can as they go side by side up ahead. Colapinto and Oliver Behrman, and Colapinto gets the job done. So yeah, good start as we nearly run into the back of the Haasman there and he slides on the exit. So yeah, encouraging signs so far in this one as we try and line up the exit for the back straight. Decent exit. What can we do into the penultimate corner? We're going to get past Behrman for 1 as he starts to run out of battery. Same for Colapinto, he's flashing. We're going to go to the outside. Look to not run into the back of the Alpine ahead. And we're going to hold it out on the outside of Colapinto, but we fishtail a little bit, slight bit of contact with him, but we manage to get the position anyway. Cut across him to resume the race in line, but we go deep into turn 1, which allows the Alpine back through. Little bit of a compromised line from him, so we're going to send it up the inside of him, and we get the position back. Not too bad there. And yeah, P12 so far in this race, a lot better than the sprint race so far, so I'm not going to complain with that. As you can see though, we've already dropped a 1.5 seconds behind the cars ahead, so yeah, really not good. And Colapinto is also going to look to come back as we finally hit 0 on the battery already, and we're going to get swamped by the pair of them yet again. So yeah, not ideal again. But we're going to look up the inside of Behrman, a little bit of contact again, but we decide to let him go. And yeah, this track for me is just really not the one. A lap later now, and the guys ahead have managed to pull a bit of a gap as we are going to get overtaken by the racing bullsman of Arvid Lindblad. Also my teammate in my brand new Red Bull Academy career mode that I released on Sunday. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked that out and you'd be interested in a Red Bull style career mode, give that a go, because I don't see much of that sort of thing on YouTube. So yeah, let me know what you think. As our Minardi teammate Gabriele Mini overtakes us on the straight yet again. And yeah, we're just going to let him go. Completely different strategies in a different race to us. So hopefully we can play the team game here and keep the likes of Perez and Hulkenberg behind us and let Gabriele Mini crack on. Hopefully he can make up some positions as we burn a bit of battery on the back straight now. Sergio Perez looking very interested behind us. We're having to burn, which makes Mini go defensive. And Perez slips down the outside of us and our teammate. But hopefully Mini can hold it, and by the looks of it, yes, he does. So good stuff there as we lose the back end on the final corner. Not good. And then going through the S's on that next lap, you can see we lose the back end completely. Yet again, Hulkenberg smashes into the side of us as we rejoin the track, losing a further 2 positions. So yeah, I did put a lot more wing on for this race compared to the sprint race, just to see if I could keep it on the track and find some actual pace in this one. Now don't get me wrong, the car feels good, but we are just getting absolutely swamped on the straights by everyone down into P20. And yeah, this is not the weekend for us. Our tyres are absolutely going off. It was probably the wrong strategy call to go on the softer compound here, but we are not going to give up. Our battery is full. We're going to burn down towards the penultimate corner. But Bottas is looking interested. The guys ahead have already got a gap on us. And yeah, we're going to go into the final corner and we have a red flag. Just what we needed in this race, and the McLaren's gone round of Oscar Piastri. So yeah, luckily just before we pit, so we can go straight hard to the end of the race. Should not be a problem on tyre wear. So for the second time this race weekend, it's lights out and away we go on P20 on the grid, further down the grid than we were at the start of the race. But we are going to send it up the inside again. Only of two cars at the moment, but 3 wide ahead. Not really much we can do there. But these tyres instantly feel so much better than them horrible, worn-off, soft tyres. So it's a little bit of contact actually with a Haasman going through the left-hander. We managed to hold the position. I'm going to look up the inside of a few cars. It's our teammate ahead though, so we're not going to challenge him as he's on the softer compound again. So we're going to play that team game and yeah, hopefully let him crack on. But getting towards the end of the straight, Lindblad is looking very interested yet again, so we have to go deep on the brakes. Luckily, controlling our car this time and not flying off the racing track. So yeah, decent restart here. Gain 4 positions, make that 3 by the looks of it, as Lindblad is going to overtake us, but we put the boost on because we see another Racing Bulls coming around the outside in a Racing Bulls sandwich right now, and we managed to thread the eye of a needle once again and get the car through. Still in P16. But now we're looking to go on the attack. Sergio Perez ahead, and we're going to lunge it down the inside, tap in the rear of our teammate. Not ideal there, but we had to make the position, give him a bit of a rear gunner in this Grand Prix.
Copy.
Moving on towards the end of lap 15, and Oliver Behrman is making a move on the Alpine ahead. His lights flashing, and we're going to fake to the inside. We're going to hold it round the outside of the Alpine there. A little bit squirmy on exit, trying to get the power down, rear end wanting to step out, but we managed to hold the position up into P14 now in this Grand Prix. And we are going to skip on to the end of that lap, and we are going to box for our final stint. Another set of hard tyres to come. About a lap earlier than we were planning on doing it. Hopefully we're going to get a little undercut on the cars ahead. And yeah, hopefully that will promote us up a few places in this Grand Prix. Decent stop from the boys, 2.5 seconds again. So yeah, cannot complain. Going to come out of the pits, and we have a yellow flag in sector 1. And it's Arvid Lindblad. He's absolutely spun the car around, doing a bit of a solo from the sprint race, luckily not hitting any barriers. And we do manage to slip past him as we go on to lap 19 now, and we get a track limits warning. Not ideal there, but not too bad. Now, we did manage to undercut a few people, so we have moved up into P11 as Liam Lawson is now trying to get past us. The Racing Bulls seem to be magnetised to us in this race for whatever reason. He overtakes us, but we're going to send it back down the inside, misjudge our braking, and Lawson is going to get back through. So P12 now. And yeah, moving on a little bit later, and we get another track limits warning. Not ideal again, but yes, we get a yellow flag, and Kimi Antonelli is now out of the race with what looks to be a mechanical failure. Obviously under yellow flags, but Colapinto is still looking very racy. As it goes green towards the end of the lap, we do manage to stay ahead. But yeah, moving on to lap 23. That horrible left-hander, we go really wide, but it does give us the switchback on Colapinto that does get up the inside of us. Yeah, that corner is an absolute nightmare for me. I cannot seem to get it right. Does not matter what car I'm in, what career I'm in, it doesn't matter. I'm just shocking there. But yeah, lap 26 now. Colapinto is trying to come back. We're squeezing him to the inside so we can hold the race in line. A little bit of a squeeze to the apex there, but we managed to hold the position. And during this time, we have managed to keep up with Liam Lawson. Fortunately, he has not ran away. And there is still a chance of points in this race as Colapinto looks up the inside into the penultimate corner and manages to get the position as we yet again outbrake ourselves at this Miami Grand Prix. Yeah,
Okay,
but we are
focus.
going
We need
to
to
go
stay on
for it again. Feints the inside, go to the outside of turn 1, and that is a decent move from us. But Colapinto holds it and cuts across us. Makes contact, and yeah, that sort of sums up this weekend as a whole for us. But we are not going to give up. We are going to burn the battery down into the hairpin and manage to get the position back. Colapinto, decent move there from us, back into P11 with 2 laps left in this Grand Prix to try and get that final World Championship point and make a terrible weekend into a decent weekend scoring points. But yeah, that was not a possibility for us, unfortunately. The tyres sort of started to go off towards the end. Going into the final corner, we're squeezing Gasly to the inside as to hold on to the P11, but he gets the car down the inside. We're trying to hold it on the outside. We get decent traction, we're ahead, but Gasly in the second phase manages to pull ahead. We're going to squeeze into the outside. Do we get him across the line? We do. P11
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
in this Grand Prix. Not points, but yeah, was not expecting anything going into this weekend. We actually managed to pick up driver of the day, which is quite funny, to be honest. But
And with that, we wrap up another weekend
yeah.
of motorsport action. But with
Charles
more
Leclerc
races lined up, be sure to join
manages
us when we
to
come back
win
with more Formula
the
One.
Miami Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton second, so Ferrari 1-2 in this race. No points for us. No points for Mini. So yeah, not really that good, but yeah, we're going to have to look forward to Canada and hopefully get back on form. And yeah, that is going to be the end of this episode, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me.
I must remind you that we have
Unfortunately,
parts
not
fully
a great
researched that
race
are waiting
weekend.
for
Probably not the
development.
most entertaining, but Canada will be much better. Can assure you that. So yeah, have a good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for the support, and cheers.